Hi. This camera is so odd at the moment because it's got such horrible interference noise. Like as though we've got the speakers all full of something like dust or whatever. However, I haven't got time to talk about that because still on 15 minutes for another, I think for another 11 days. It does make me laugh how things always happen in 11 sets of 11 or sets of 6 or 8. Those are the 3 themes which seem to be in my life, with the occasional 911, but that fits in with 6 and 11, doesn't it? Anyhow, I'm sorry, I didn't want to go on about stuff like that. So I had my operation today. I kept it a secret from like everybody except for a couple of people. All my other operations that were scheduled, I was getting really heavily attacked on a kind of witchy kind of level, with demonics attached, but it was human based. And so obviously that's why I thought I'd be more cagey this time and keep it a secret. That said, it was an horrific day, but at least it was just a horrific day and not like a horrific build-up. Is that true? Was it oh God, I can't speak today. What have they done to me? Oh my God. Was it a horrific build-up? Don't know why I'm trying to say an horrific build-up. In fact, I feel like a complete idiot. Shall I stop this right now and start again? I never do that. So, well, first off, I haven't read all the comments yet beneath the one I've just released, but the few comments I have read, I mean, I don't think there's that many there. It's just the couple which I've skim-read. I haven't even had a chance to read them properly. Were saying stuff like I'm becoming a religious zealot, and it did crack me up purely because first off, in the introduction I clearly state, and in the video I clearly state how I am answering a friend's question, you know, someone I've known for years. Second off, my channel's always been about sharing my journey to help other people who've had or are having a similar journey and need a little help. People come to me because they want a little help to get to know Jesus again and to be able to like decipher real truth from lies. I mean, the very first thing that I recommend is people switch off YouTube, including me, probably. No, to be fair to myself, I do my channel because I know everybody watches YouTube and looks for truth there. And I think, well, if they're going to do it anyway, then they may as well have like some real like help and truth. But for me personally, watching stuff on YouTube, initially, with the valid cases which did go public, did watching it on YouTube really help? Not actually, no. It was reading books like Kathy O'Brien's and Bryce Taylor's. And even though I was aware of the fact that they were still being handled and it was controlled truth, it was the best that was available at the time. And it rang true, you know. Some people, well, the odd person in particular would ring true. Not all of them, obviously, because we've all got different like reasons for being here. And different programming, etc, etc, but yeah, a lot rang true. I never could really trust somebody whose deprogrammer was, you know, had that kind of vibe which you just can't trust. Although, anyhow, this is digressing. So yeah, there's 2 things. This is not what I was going to make a video about, but hey ho, it's happening now. There's 2 things which I find amusing on one hand and irritating on the other hand. One is if people try and call me a religious zealot or anything like that, because I like as though I'm saying that we should all be at church every Sunday, reading the Bible with a load of people who don't know God and don't know Christ. I mean, think about how many people who are actually Satanists, really, have a Christian front, you know. No, I'm not propagating any of that. I'm trying to help people who've been spiritually abused. Now, we are mind, body and spirit. We aren't just one of the three or just two of the three. We are all three. So anybody who's interested in that reconnection, I can help. Anyone who has gone down the like new agey kind of road, I can help. I've been there, I know it. That's why I do this channel. So when people put comments down like they have under my latest video, it's like, you know, it's kind of like yawn worthy really, because it's like, if they'd even have bothered like listening to the intro or reading what I'd put, they would have heard I was sharing that because somebody, well, a couple of people wanted to hear. I wasn't really sharing it for my benefit. It happened years ago. And actually in that video, I do say at one point, it happened after a year of like massive trauma, which is very true, it did. But then I changed it and said it happened after a lifetime of trauma, which is also true. It's just that I had a year where everything peaked and Grandpa had died and it changed a lot and I started healing a lot more rapidly once Grandpa had died, which I always knew was going to happen. I knew I was like kind of trapped while he was still alive. I just didn't really fully understand it. It's really hard to talk about because the guilt, which I don't normally feel guilt, you know, it's not an emotion which I carry. And when I talk about my grandfather and my family in relation to anything to do with all of this, it's like my heart feels weighed down like a lead stone and it chokes my throat, and then I feel quite panicky and stuff. It's really hard, you know, because actually my grandfather was my favourite, not my favourite family member, but the person who I was closest to. But yet, just recently I've been having loads of flashbacks and stuff. Not loads, sorry, I've had some flashbacks and they're very confirming, but not something to talk about here now. And not by a long shot, one day maybe. But yeah, I'm running out of time fast here. 8 minutes and 37 seconds in. I had my operation then today, yes. I'll show you if you want. Oh, it absolutely kills, by the way. There's not a right lot to see, really. Just, you can't even see how wide the bandage is from that angle. Oh yeah, and also there's this to see too. You see that there? Oh, it's awful. I've got pictures of it. I'll try and save some time and include them with the video. I took some pictures of it on my camera. I'm gonna have to either make this into a part 2 or scrap it entirely and do a video again. I can't stand doing that. It doesn't feel genuine if I was to try and film it twice. I don't, basically, unless I've botched the first like 30 seconds to a minute up, and then maybe, yeah, I'd like to start again. But I don't really do the whole refilming thing. I just, you know, organic seems to be the in word at the moment for me. And that's how it is, you know. Healing is organic when it is like of God. It's not forced. It happens in stages and it happens organically. It's not like like my spiritual reconnect. It happened that night. But what followed with time at this pace I could handle it, you know. I used to, like in my 20s, I'd like beg God to heal me fully, you know, like in the Bible where you read about these miracles with Jesus healing people all at once. But the reality is, if somebody's never known pure love, and if somebody's never known how to be the person they want to be, can you imagine going from being like very less than perfect to being like the most perfect version of yourself possible? The shock would, I think the shock would kill you. You wouldn't be able to handle it. You'd go like loopy-loop, and you'd lose, like, it would just be completely, I can relate actually, because when I very first started healing, I used to flip between how I was to like this like 13-year-old version of myself, and she was so innocent and so sweet and so lovely, and she is. It's just that she had no coping skills whatsoever, and so she couldn't like really, she didn't act like a 13-year-old, but I mean, she was like how I was when I was 13, in her purity and stuff, and like just being really good and not wanting to do anything, like not even, you know, just nothing's remotely what we call fun, like going to, I don't know, clubs and stuff like that. No, I mean, I don't call that fun now, but there was a time in the past when I did. So I've been having massive adrenaline surges ever since the flashbacks the other night. And because I've like spoken about stuff to do with my grandparents a little bit there, it's making adrenaline like surge up me. So I feel it's not panic as such, but it does make me feel like weird. I haven't got time to take it slow and breathe. I wanted to make a video about my operation really, and instead I've just like said something completely different. But yeah, my whole channel, may as well stick to this point. My channel really is because people do approach me in private for help reconnecting with Jesus, and I am not some orthodox church propagating control and fear and lies. It's all about the truth of Christ, not the lies used to control people. There's a huge difference. So yeah, to anybody who thinks I've gone off on a religious tangent, let me just please remind people, I've never not believed. I just felt really disconnected when I was in my early 30s. Been through so much trauma, it was really difficult. And you know, people can like disconnect and reconnect all the time. It depends what life's brought their way. I need to end this, otherwise it's not going to upload. Thanks for watching. And yeah, I hope everyone's had a good start to the week. It's Tuesday now, Tuesday the 11th. Bye.